All right, peep it. Hmm. So I did a piece right in regards to the Muslims and Africans coming to America prior to Columbus. That was based on one book, right? Now this next one is based on that book and two other books. So this one has more information. Peep it. African and Muslim discovery of America before Columbus. Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed judges and fellow debaters, today we confront a critical issue in the narrative of exploration and discovery, the overlooked contribution of African and Muslim explorers in reaching the Americas before Columbus. I stand in affirmation of the resolution that Africans and Muslims discovered parts of the Americas prior to Columbus, and I will present evidence and arguments to support this claim. Claim 1. Historical evidence of African and Muslim exploration. Firstly, historical records indicate that African mariners and Muslim traders were engaged in transatlantic voyages long before Columbus. They frame the frame explorer Ibn Battuta, who traveled extensively in the 14th century, provides insight into the maritime culture of the time. His accounts highlight the advanced navigation techniques employed by Muslims, suggesting that they possess the capability to reach the Americas. Furthermore, the Yakin Institute emphasized that the early presence of African Muslims in America included diverse communities that shaped the cultural landscape. Rebuttal to counterclaim. The rebuttal to the counterclaim. Some may argue that the evidence is not definitive enough to claim discovery. However, the absence of conclusive evidence does not negate the possibility of contact. Historical narratives are often shaped by the availability of evidence, and the prevalent Eurocentric view has overshadowed the contributions of non European explorers. Claim 2. The role of navigation in early exploration. Secondly, Muslim navigators utilized advanced techniques that enable long distance sea voyages. The use of celestial navigation and tools like the astrolabe demonstrates their capability to traverse vast oceanic distances. This knowledge, developed during the Islamic Golden Age, which spanned from 711 to 1492 in Muslim Spain, was critical for maritime exploration and supports the argument that they could have reached the Americas. Additionally, the historical accounts of black Muslims, as discovered by Bona Muhammad, showcase their resilience and agency, which included maritime exploration. Now, the rebuttal to the counterclaim. Critics might contend that navigation techniques alone do not prove actual contact with the Americas. While this is true, the convergence of historical records, navigation skills, and maritime culture creates a compelling case for the likelihood of contact. The presence of African and Muslim explorers must be considered within the broader context of global exploration. Now, this is the third claim. Archaeological findings supporting contact. Lastly, archaeological evidence suggests that African and Muslim traders may have settled in parts of the Americas. Artifacts found in Brazil and the Caribbean hint at pre-Columbian interactions that challenge the established narrative of discovery. These findings warrant further investigations and recognition of the diverse cultural exchange that occur. Now, this is the rebuttal to the counterclaim. Opponents may argue that archaeological evidence is inconclusive or misinterpreted. However, the evolving nature of historical research necessitates an openness to reevaluating established narratives. Acknowledging the possibility of pre-Columbian contact enriches our understanding of global history. In closing, the evidence supporting the African and Muslim discovery of the Americas before Columbus is compelling and deserves recognition. By challenging the dominant narrative, we honor the contributions of these explorers and enrich our understanding of the interconnectedness of the global culture. Let us stand together in affirming that the history of exploration is diverse and multifaceted. Thank you. Now, for reference, Yakin Institute, African Muslims in America before Columbus, Islam and the Black Americans. You could retrieve that from their website, and also Muslim Central, Black Muslim History, Renaissance, and Bondage. You can retrieve that from Muslim Central. Thank you. Assalamu alaikum.